Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. Manchester City will play Liverpool at Anfield. It was a massive week for us, defeating a very tough defensive Chelsea side with a goal. Our press that game was superb. Gabriel Jesus, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva were all brilliant in that game. We then played Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Although the results didn't go our way, we played really well. We created the most chances. We had more possession of the ball. The only thing I could criticize in that game was the press. For me, it was not the same as the Chelsea game. I don't think Sterling fits in that false nine role. I've always said that in the past. The only three players who do well through the middle are Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. Even Ferran Torres plays well through the middle. Sterling performs better on the left or right wing. During the international break, I might make a separate video regarding Raheem Sterling. We now play Liverpool, a side that has been undefeated so far this season, top of the Premier League table by 1 point. They were absolutely ruthless against Porto in the Champions League, defeating them 5-1. However, in the Premier League, they drew with Brentford 3-all, which I'm sure they were disappointed with, especially when they had the opportunity to go 3 points ahead of the other clubs. Mo Salah has been in tremendous form recently, scoring 5 goals and 2 assists in 6 games. Curtis Jones was fantastic for them in the Champions League the other night, so Liverpool are not doing bad themselves. Now, the game will be held at Anfield, a place that we have a disastrous record at. I know we beat them last season, but the circumstances have changed now. We have always collapsed at Anfield. Even the best of City sides have lost against the worst Liverpool sides at Anfield over the last decade. It is a very tough stadium for us, so we will have to see what happens, I guess. So let's look at Pep's press conference. Pep talks about our recent performances. The way we played the last 2 games makes me so satisfied with what we have done. Obviously, when we won the league, I'm happy, but in this period when we've played injured and Foden and De Bruyne trained for just 2 weeks, the level and consistency is so good. That's why I'm happier than ever. But it's not about comparing to the past. We have to try and do it again. I know where the team comes from. Last season, it's hard to do better, but we have seen details that say we're still there after 6 years together. It makes me proud. Our level was so great, huge in these 2 games. Despite the result in France, the performance was excellent. Same at Stamford Bridge, and hopefully we could continue for 9 more months ahead of us. Pep's right. We played well in the last 2 games. We played well against a very difficult Chelsea side that don't concede many goals. We may have lost against PSG, but we absolutely dominated that game. We created so many chances. We had more shots and possession. The only thing we couldn't do was get the ball in the back of the net. Pep then talks about whether Liverpool are title contenders this season. There are many. Liverpool since I arrived here. First year, maybe not, but after we won 100 points, Liverpool always was there. Last season, they had big problems with injuries in the same position. We were excellent again last season. Both teams are there all the time. Both clubs and organisations can say all the time we were there. This is the important thing. But we know there are many teams who could fight for the Premier League. Pep is spot on. There are many title contenders, for example, United, Chelsea are also strong candidates this season, but Liverpool and Man City will always be the favourites because of the consistency both teams have shown in the last few years. Both teams are able to string together 14 to 15 games plus unbeaten run for the title, hence why both are favourites in my opinion. Pep also praises Klopp and talks about how Klopp has helped him. He helped me, his teams, and he helped me be a better manager. He put me on another level to think about it and prove myself, what I have to do to be a better manager and try to beat them. This is the reason why we're still in this business. Some managers make a challenge to make you step forward. We did it in Germany when we faced each other. Here in England, we faced many years together. It's nice because both teams have the same idea scoring goals. They're quicker than us, but we both try to win the game. Pep's praising Liverpool's style of play and how Klopp has pushed him on. We know Klopp and Pep have a massive rivalry ever since their time in the Bundesliga and then the Premier League. This game is massive for both managers. It's massive for the title race. So this brings us nicely onto the team news. For Manchester City, Pep Guardiola has announced that both Ilkay Gundogan and Alexander Zinchenko will still be out for this game. For Liverpool, according to Jurgen Klopp, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be out for this game, and Harvey Elliott and Thiago Alcantara will also be out for this game. So let's predict Manchester City's lineup for this game. In net is obviously going to be Ederson. Now the back line, I've gone with Walker, Cancelo, Diaz and Laporte. That back four has played really well recently, and I think Pep will stick with the same back line. Now in midfield, Rodri has to start. Rodri has been superb in our last two games. He was excellent against Paris Saint-Germain and he was excellent against Chelsea, and I do think he will be starting in this game. And I think Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva will be in that midfield. KDB did well, although Bernardo Silva did miss that massive chance we had. His pressing is very key to this team, and I think he will be playing against Liverpool. Now the front line, I've gone with Gabriel Jesus on the right hand side, Jack Grealish on the left, and through the middle, I've gone with Phil Foden. Honestly, with this false nine system, Bernardo could be up there, De Bruyne could be up there, but those three up front have been on tremendous form recently. Gabriel Jesus should have played against Paris Saint-Germain in my opinion, but it is what it is, and that is my front line against Liverpool. So let's predict Liverpool's lineup for this game. In net for them is obviously Alisson. Now their back line, as you can see, I've gone with Trent, even though Jurgen Klopp has said that Trent won't be available. Some managers do this where they say a player might not make it, but then that player actually makes it, and I think Trent is going to be one of them, so I think Trent will be playing in this game. Now Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson, that is pretty much Liverpool's standard back line. In midfield for them is Fabinho. Fabinho always plays well against us. Henderson, the captain's obviously going to play, and Curtis Jones obviously has done well recently, so I think that will be their midfield three. And then the front line, I think it'll be Mo Salah, Sadio Mane and Diego Jota. I think Jota has been on better form than Firmino, although Firmino did score a few goals the other night. I think Jota will be starting up front. So let's look at my prediction for this game. Liverpool currently are unbeaten in the Premier League. With our disastrous record at Anfield, I think Manchester City will draw this game 1-1, and honestly, a point before the international break will be a decent result for us in my opinion. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do like this video. Please do subscribe. Do comment down below your predicted lineup. Do comment down below your prediction, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.